Continuing to remain neutral, Swiss authorities vetoed plans to re-export nearly 100 Leopard 1s to Germany, which would then be refurbished and sent to the conflict in Ukraine. The Swiss Federal Council announced on June 28th the Federal Council has concluded that the sale of the 96 tanks is not possible under the law as it stands. In particular, such a sale would contravene the War Material Act and could result in a shift from Switzerland's policy of neutrality. It is known that the Swiss company Ruag bought 96 Leopard 1A5 tanks from Italy in 2016, but these tanks have never been shipped home. The tanks are currently in storage in Italy, and it was planned that they could need to be refurbished in Germany before being re-exported to Ukraine as military assistance. Ruag earlier this year applied for a license to export the tanks to the German arms corporation Rheinmetall, who plans to refurbish and sell them to Ukraine. The National Council, the lower house of the Swiss parliament, approved the authorization to sell 25 out of the 96 decommissioned Leopard 2 main battle tanks to Germany in mid-June despite strict export restrictions. Last week, Switzerland announced a humanitarian aid package worth 1.2 million Swiss francs, equivalent to 1.22 million euros from mine clearance in Ukraine. Switzerland has faced criticism for prohibiting other countries from transferring weapons produced in Switzerland to Kyiv due to neutrality considerations. This also applies to Germany, which is unable to supply ammunition for self-propelled Leopard anti-aircraft systems to Ukraine. Previously, Switzerland refused to give permission to supply Leopard anti-tank rounds to Ukraine. The Leopard 1 tank, first entered service in 1965, is the predecessor of the more modern Leopard 2. Leopard 1 is considered to help the Ukrainian army somewhat revive the strength of the armed force, which has suffered great losses after the skirmishes with Russia. Leopard 1, only 40 tons in the original version, fast and maneuverable, and the British 105mm Royal Ordnance L7 gun allow it to feel quite confident on the battlefield of the town. The Leopard 1A5 is another upgrade from the 1980s. On the Leopard 1A5, a new 120mm cannon was planned. Unfortunately, this option has not been used. Space in the hull was also modified to accommodate new ammunition and equipment. The Crab Atlas electronic Hermes 18 fire control system, which is an evolution of the EMIS 15 system used in the Leopard 2. In addition, the Leopard 1A5 received new shells, including sub-caliber armor piercing and new mounted ceramic armor. The first Leopard 1A5 models were adopted by the Army in 1987. Compared with contemporary modern tanks, Leopard 1 is quite outdated. The weak 105mm gun simply cannot break through the armor of the updated T80BVM or T90M, and weak armor will not withstand the shot of a 120mm gun. But Leopard 1 can still be useful. The second armament of the Leopard 1A5 includes a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun mounted to the right of the main armament. A second 7.62mm caliber machine gun is mounted at the commander's or loader's station for anti-aircraft defense.